Definitely.
Yeah. But nowadays on social media, anyone can go and make anything like, hey, I can do this, I can do that. But when you get testimonials, people actually getting results from what you're teaching. That is what. So I want people to hear something like this, right?
Yes.
Not just me going on social media and just making up stories. That really works. Yeah.
Right. So, like I said, right, on the annuities section. So you and I met Wednesday night. And it was a subject that we spoke about for the almost 3 hours, which I really appreciate. And we just focused on the annuities. And so on the Massachusetts exam, state there's 14 questions on annuities and 13 questions right out of the 14.
Wow. So, man.
Yes. And I was like, can you imagine if we did more sections? I would have probably gotten 100 because I ended up getting 59 and the requirement was the 70.
Wow. So that went from being your worst section of the exam when you took the exam first time, it went from your worst to your best with just one class.
With just one class. I know. So I was literally like, this is so crazy. And I'm like, I wish I would have found you weeks ago when I started to study. And like, I was like literally breaking my head because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, this information is hard to learn it on your own. So like you have somebody like you, let's say like a good mentor, a good teacher that can walk you through the steps and help you understand it and give you examples on how to remember things. Then that really helps to actually, record things in your mind and kind of memorize them. And there was times when I was going through the exam where I could hear you in my head giving examples of certain things. I was like, I remember when Biko said this, and I'm like, this is the answer. It has to be that, And yeah, no, I'm just so grateful that this is where I'm at today, and it just feels so good. It feels like such a relief because that's all I've been thinking about all these weeks is I need to pass this exam. I need to pass this exam, and as discouraging as it could have been for me, not to have passed it the very first time. I was like, no, I need to go back because I was only off by 3 points.
Wow.
It was because I didn't have breakfast again. I was like, I went in really early in the morning. I felt like my brain was still half asleep. I was freezing in that testing room because there was like a fan blowing right on my head or like the air conditioner. I don't really know. And so this time I asked them to sit me somewhere else and for the room to not be as cold. So that was nice. But yeah, no, here we are.
Wow.
I'm like, I have to text Biko or let him know that I passed.
So your exam was at what time? Was it after? It was after the live, right?
After the live, yes.
Did you listen to the podcast episode I sent you to?
I didn't get to because I have to log into. I think there's like an app.
Oh, okay.
Time. That's why when I went live with you on TikTok, I said I don't have much time, but we can connect. But because I was going to be heading out to the exam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a nice little surprise. You actually play very well.
I know. I was like, I just have to surprise them when I have it. And I didn't even tell my trainers at my job that I was going to do this. I just scheduled it all on my own. The only person that knew was my mom. Wow. I said, pray for me. I'm going to go for this exam and I need to pass it. And she's like, don't worry about it. You got this. You're going to pass. God is with you. And I'm like, thank you. And then I just went. And I passed it. And I mean, I used up a lot of the time. So I used like at least an hour and a half because I really sat there. I read through the questions. I stopped and I made sure I eliminated responses. And then out of the two, I was like, okay, I think this is the one that's the answer, and kind of just did it that way.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm like, yay, I'm passed. I'm like, it's such a relief because now I just get to relax. Only God knows how much I was studying and like how much I was like watching your videos. Whenever I have like, usually I like to watch motivational videos like online, but I even stopped doing all of that just so that I can listen to videos that were going to teach me and help me get through this exam. So I focused so much on that and just dedicated all the time that I could.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very, very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Because you watch a lot of my videos.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Your lives all the time. And again, that one training that we had on annuities, I was like, oh, look at me. I took it right out the ball game, like right out the field, right? Like how they say, because I was like, wow, I can't believe like how well I did on that.
Wow.
I was like one class. I mean, we were there for a good almost 3 hours. I was taking my notes and I was highlighting as I was taking my notes. I was listening. I was understanding you. I was following you. You break things down very good. Like I said, you're a really good teacher. And that really helped me a lot. So don't ever give up. Becco, keep it up, keep it going. Like the right people will definitely come and, get trained. And I'm sure that the people that you've trained already have told you this because you're really good at what you do.
Wow.
Yes. And more than happy that I actually invested in your subscription. And I'm like, what? I feel like I've gotten so much more out of your subscription than what I even paid. Where I'm like, what? I'm like, this, you probably shouldn't be discounting this. Like, this is good, and I'm like, I feel good that, because at first I was like, should I do this? Like, what if it doesn't work? But I'm like, what? Of course. Like, I'm like, now, if anything, I'm recruiting people, God willing, I'll have more people, and I can always redirect them to you and to invest in your course, help them, pass their exam. And you'll be one of the first people that I'll recommend right at the very beginning, so that they have you from the start, versus me, that I found you a little later on. And I struggled a lot on my own, but at the same time, I paid off, right? I mean, I'm here, but yeah. You know what? There's something that they're not doing to fail that exam. Because the reason why I know I failed it the very first time was because it was too early in the morning, and I kept telling myself I'm gonna fail. And I was only off by 3 points. Had I just tried just a little bit, I would have passed it. This time I'm like, nope, I'm passing. There's no way. And I passed with 79. So if they just get with your course, there's no way that they're gonna fail. I promise that. There's just absolutely no way.
So people out there, 28% of people will fail the exam at least 3 times. So wow. About 3 in 10 people who take the exam will fail at least 3 times.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I say the exam is not difficult, and these are all smart people, right? But it's just you get someone to break it down for you to understand it. And that's what I do.